Hey guys, good afternoon. It's New York Dan here. Well, yesterday evening there was a broadcast from Sarasota. Tim, he was in his trailer. Hurricane Debbie was headed his way, and he was pretty much saying the trailer was holding up. He was very happy about it. It wasn't leaking, even though it was pouring rain. Well, he looked like he was going to hunker down in that trailer, and that may be a bad idea. Um, his sister's staying in a hotel room, right? She came down to visit, and she's looking for Florida real estate. That's what the word is. Well, he probably should have gone over to his sister's hotel room and seen if he could stay there overnight, because staying overnight in a trailer during a storm, it may not be such a good idea. Now, it could just be that the cell service is out. He can't upload his videos. Something like that's going on. Because I'm sure this morning I checked. I'm like, he's going to be broadcasting what it looks like with that hurricane and his trailer and all that stuff. I'm sure he would be making content about that. Nothing. And it's coming up. It's noontime now. I'm in the same time zone now. He's back in Florida, New York, Florida, both in the same time zone. So where he is, it's coming up on noon. I'll show you guys. I was just looking at the latest stuff on that storm. I have it up on my screen. I was just checking it out. It actually looks like it's going right over. Tim is right down here, and here's the track. Now, I think Tampa's definitely being affected. So Sarasota, yeah, it's being hit. Right now it's still raining, and they said the storm slowed down, so it's going to linger over that area. So guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how I make coffee this morning, because hey, Tim's missing. I'm using this Pike's Place roast. This is not that Highlander grog junk. That's like basically Highlander grog's like using Folgers or Maxwell House. The stuff is pre-ground. It's not what I would call real coffee. Okay, put that in there. Now those are real coffee beans, not fake manufactured coffee. It's not played with. If you have pre-ground coffee, they could put anything in there. You don't know what you're getting. These are real beans. And you can actually get this, believe it or not. It doesn't really cost that much more. Starbucks Pike Place roast. This stuff's pretty good. I try to get a medium or a dark roast. It gives it the most flavor. So yeah, the problem is you have to grind this thing up. But these grinders they're cheap. It's like maybe $10 or $15 for a grinder. It's just like a little blender, basically. The longer you run it, the finer the beans get. The ground up beans. Now, actually, what I gotta do, after you get done with it, you turn it upside down. And then you gotta take this cap off. I'm gonna stop it for a sec. Yeah, you take the cap off. You see it has a blade in it to grind it up like that. But that's what it comes out like after you grind it. And if you run the grinder longer, you can get it to a real fine powder. But the downside to that is if you make it too fine, it doesn't, the water doesn't percolate through it very well. Yeah, that smells amazing. And I just kind of make it I make like a little dam or a divot in the middle so it gives it more richness when it percolates. I already filled it up with good water, so to speak. We start the thing up. Yeah, I filled it there. I'm going to show you a trick I do when this thing gets done brewing. Okay, so what we're doing, I have a cast iron skillet here. This is actually for like making pancakes. I'm just putting down a little bit of extra virgin olive oil on here, just so it doesn't stick, right? So I'm going to spread that around just with a paper towel. The non-stick stuff, you don't want to use that crap. That stuff's no good. It's got Teflon. You really want to just use some oil. But I don't put that much down because I blot it up. And I got my eggs right here. I don't know if there's magic to this, if you can do that with one hand. I don't know. You have to be a real chef to do that, right? Actually, I'm surprised I was able to pull that off, to be honest. Oh. Okay. There we go. Did it a second time. I don't care if the yolks get a little bit mixed in there. I'm not that concerned about that. I've heard of people where they say if the yolk breaks, they want the thing to be perfect. You have to redo it. Pretty crazy, right? I don't want the yolks to be super cooked. I usually like to have them a little bit of liquid to them. Oh yeah, the other thing I'm using, this is actually a stainless steel spatula thing for doing fish. And it works great for cooking eggs. I like this thing. Let's see if I can get this one to flip. Whoop, there we go. I want it flipped over. That's just right. That's how it's supposed to be because I don't want it to be super cooked. And then I'll get my bread ready. Okay, I have this boar's head truffle goat cheese, which I'm going to put a few strips of this on. But if you get this kind of cheese, be careful when you cut it. You don't necessarily see it, but there are little pieces of wax on the end of the cheese. They seal the whole thing with wax. So put a few strips of this on. There we go. I got one of these pepper grinders here. This stuff is really good. Mixed pepper, different color peppercorns. You can actually get this at Trader Joe's. They have a good deal on that stuff. And I also got some ketchup to put on. Okay, that looks good with the pepper and the truffle goat cheese. That's perfect. It's going to be a really good egg sandwich there. Now I'll show you the coffee is pretty much ready. I'm going to show you a trick that you can do. If you get out a cup of coffee, right? I'm going to show you what I put in this too. I don't fill it all the way up. Trick is, I filled up another glass of water, right? I'm going to just pour this in here. Yeah, that's normal. I'm going to pour this in here to make up for the coffee I just poured out. This is going to re-brew another cup of coffee. I'm going to have a full pot when that gets done with the same beans. It's an old moonshiner's trick, right? So, yeah, I'll show you what I put in this coffee now to make it healthy. It's hard to film this with one hand, but you see this? Wait, hold on if I don't dump it. This is a special Chinese herb root called faux Thai. So what I do is I take the capsule apart and I just put that in my coffee, right? These are what the capsules look like right here. Okay, the next thing that I put in a scoop of this collagen powder into the coffee here. This helps skin and muscle. It's supposed to be really good. What I do is I just stir that in there. It takes a little bit to dissolve. That's some of the collagen right there. But I stir that into my brew while it's hot, you know. That's a hot cup of coffee. 1% low-fat milk, okay? Nothing special. Plain milk, but it's real milk. It's not fake garbage like that, you know, those powdered creamers or whatever. That's all I put. I'm not going to put sugar in it. I'm not going to load it up. And then, of course, how about a couple pieces of toast? What do you think of that? Now, this is really good orange marmalade. We'll put that on here with some butter. The toast came out perfectly. How's that? Yeah, this is like, I'm going to put more on later. It's a French orange marmalade. You can get this right in the grocery store. It's worth it to get something a little bit better. So, now I'm starved out. It's time for me to actually eat my breakfast. Try. Let's see how it is. It's not too sweet because I don't put any sugar in it, guys. You saw what I put in it. And I leave the spoon because I keep stirring it when I'm drinking the coffee to keep the collagen and that faux Thai root mixed in with it, right? Best cup of coffee I ever had in my life. I don't know if Sarasota would agree. He likes a lot of sugar in it. But this is definitely the healthiest cup of coffee I ever had in my life. Okay, guys. Hey, thanks for watching. Let's hope Tim's okay with that trailer thing. If I was him, I would have stayed at the hotel or sleep in the damn truck just to be on the safe side. Who knows? It could be fine. It's not like it's a big hurricane. It was category 1, which is the weakest hurricane you can get. So hopefully it's probably okay. He probably just couldn't get to a cell signal. So I had to fill in for him. Show you how I make the coffee and breakfast today. All right, guys, subscribe to the channel. Hit thumbs up. I'll see you in the next one.